right. Well, we are going to. More people are coming in. Diane, you have your TV on in the background, lovey.
Oh, okay. I'll tell them.
Yeah, pretty please. Thank you. All right. Okay. Oh my gosh. Christine, will you start letting people in, hon? Okay, thank you. All right. Well, welcome, everyone. You all should know me by now, but just in case you don't, I'm Nancy, the person you've been talking to on the phone. If you haven't Zoomed with me in a while, I'm still Nancy. No. This is a dear, sweet friend, actually of my mother's. Bless Daniela for coming here and helping us the last few months to create this beautiful itinerary. How many of you did your homework and read everything? I hope you all did. Awesome.
I did.
It was a lot. I completely understand. It probably is one of, I have to say, is the best itinerary that we've put out. When you think that we have 3 Italian tours, we have so many amazing shore excursions because this is a 2-week cruise, and then we have our beautiful Spain, Barcelona, and beyond. So we're going to go through each section. Daniela is an expert in the area.
Well, I'm Italian, born and raised.
Woo! She's like, well, maybe we can do some Italian class.
yeah, we can do Italian class.
I love
her. You can say buonasera for good evening. So buonasera, everybody.
Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Okay, everybody try that. 1, 2, 3.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. Yay, all right. And then you have ciao, right?
Ciao, you can say for everything. It's kind of like, it's not formal. You know, you can say ciao. One big thing in Italy, people kind of get a little upset if you go into a store and not say hello. Here in this country, they couldn't care less when you walk in the door, I suppose. But in Italy, it's a big thing with being friendly, and you walk in the door and you say ciao, and they're all happy and they're happy to help you. But it's this thing that Americans don't normally do, but Italians do all the time. So if you remember that, that's great.
Well, we all can say ciao.
Ciao. You can say ciao.
Ciao. Yeah. I love it. Well, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So we were in the middle of working with our European fabulous company, and then they got purchased, and things just weren't panning out as well as I was hoping. And so I reached out, and Daniela has known our family for how many years?
15, probably.
15, exactly. And I said, so would you be so kind and help me, because we're needing a little assistance. And without hesitation, she jumped in, didn't know what she was getting into with a smile. And together we were able to put together what you've been reading. So, okay, are we ready? I'm going to share my screen. There are some people that are coming in. We can just give like 2 more seconds. Christine, raise your hand. She's going to be helping facilitate the chat. So thank you so much. We do have a few, little guidelines. We're going to go over a section, then we will answer questions. So you have a little hands up icon that looks like this, and there you can see it in my screen. It comes up. If you do not have your monitor on, sometimes it's hard to see that screen, so just kind of wave, and if someone would be so kind and put in the chat like so-and-so needs something, that would be great. So each section we will have questions and answers, and then we're going to roll into the next section. So I am ready. Everybody ready? 2 thumbs up. Awesome. Yep. We're not being broadcast on Facebook, so this is just us. We can be, we can talk about things a little bit more freely, and I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Nancy, this is Diane Cypress. I am going to have to get off in about an hour because I work a bake sale twice a month, so I have to leave at 4
Well,
to do that.
Diane, this is recorded, so you can pick up where you left off.
Yeah, and you and I are having a phone conversation next week, so.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are going to start now, and let's get into the information. Now we're right here. Okay, so for everybody can see my, woohoo. There we go. Here we are. There we go. Whoop. Okay, so tour A, we had talked about having 3 different tours. So we have tour A, B, and C. So tour A is Milan to Rome. Now, many of us have done the Rome excursion. You know, we've gone to the Vatican. We've been to many of the places in Central City, downtown area. And so we really wanted to come up with a new experience and kind of show the rest of us what it's like to go to Tuscany and to go to the island and do something completely different than we've ever done. So why don't you start us on, Daniela? We're going to be flying into the Milan airport, correct?
Yep, you fly into the Milan airport. Sorry. Yes.
Sorry, Nancy. We're on your screensaver. We're looking at palm trees.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just FYI.
Okay, well, you know what? Here, let's try that again. I apologize. Oh, I do see the screen.
It's pretty.
It's a pretty. We're not doing Hawaii yet. Okay, thank you, Christine. All right, we're ready now. I see it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you're flying into Milan. They do have, Milan is a big airport, so they do have flights from I don't know where everybody's coming from, but they have flights from just about everywhere to the international airport in the north. There are 3 major lakes in Italy. Lake Maggiore is the biggest one, and it's between Lake Como and Lake Garda. And it's on if you look at the map of Italy, it's like a mushroom on the top, it's on the left side. And Milan, the airport, is outside of Milan. It's closer to Lake Maggiore than it is to Milan, the city. So Lake Maggiore is absolutely gorgeous. So you get to Milan and you'll be driven over to Stresa or Verbania. I don't know, what the hotels are going to be yet, but Stresa is just this little town on the lake that's just gorgeous. It has a town square with a church and all these little restaurants in the pedestrian area. And right across the street, there is a ferry that takes you over to the islands, Isola Bella, Isola Grande, and then there is Isola Madre. And Isola dei Pescatori is pedestrian only. There are no cars on the Isola dei Pescatori. And that's where you're going to have lunch, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And you have some pictures there to show you.
So what is this?
Okay, so Isola Madre, it has this beautiful palace. You wouldn't believe, it's just like gorgeous. It has paintings from the Renaissance and, just absolutely beautiful. And they have this gorgeous gardens. You can walk around the gardens or not. They have a little tour that you can take. And it's really small. You can see it's just like, you can go around.
It's a small island.
Yeah, they're all pretty small.
It's like Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, and you can see them from space. You can see them. They're right across. They're like maybe 20 minutes ferry ride. And the ferry stops at 3 islands. So you go to, and then that's Isola Madre. Isola Bella is the one that has the Borromeo family. Used to be, he was a cardinal, and he had a lot of influence in the Italian, the church and Rome and all of that. And they were pretty wealthy, I guess. I don't know how they got there, but they built this absolutely wonderful villa. And so the ferry will stop at the Isola, well, depending on which direction they go, but they go Isola Madre, Isola dei Pescatori, and Isola Bella. And you will be absolutely amazed with what the history there is completely different than the rest of Italy. And you probably know that Lake Maggiore is in Piemonte, which is Piedmont in English. and that's where the Kingdom of Italy was, in Turin. And this year you might be able to see, because the north part of the lake's in Switzerland. That's where the Alps, you can see the mountains, there are the Alps. That's where they're going to have the Olympics this year. Ooh. So if you watch the Olympics, they might mention some places where you guys are going to see, just around that area. And the climate there is very temperate because it's right. The Alps are stopping all the cold winds and all that. So you will see absolutely gorgeous flowers and plants, and it's just, it's like paradise over there. So it's one of my favorite places.
So basically, we're not going to want to get off the island.
That's it. Okay. Now, Stresa is on the mainland. The island, you just go in with ferry. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be taking. So the first night we arrive, we'll have our, wonderful royal welcome celebration dinner, and then the next day we start on day 2, which is Monday, April 27th. We will go and visit the islands and take the ferry over and just enjoy a beautiful day. Now we do have, of course, our tour guides, English-speaking tour guides. We will be breaking up the group for those who are a little more casual, casual walkers, and then those who are a little bit faster walkers. So always know that we put a lot of time and effort to make sure everybody can enjoy their experience. So if you are concerned, just know if you haven't traveled with us before, you can ask any of the ladies here who have been with us how we separate the groups to make sure that everyone has a beautiful experience at their own pace. All right, so day 2, I'm going to be wanting to stay on the island again. It looks amazing. So day 3, we're going. Where are we off to next?
Okay, so from Lake Maggiore, Stresa or Verbania, wherever Verbania, by the way, has these gardens that are just gorgeous. You could stay a month there and see what's around the lake. But you're going to go from Milan. If you can picture the map of Italy, it's like a mushroom on the top. Venice is on the right side and France is on the other side. So you're going to go across the top, and you're going to stop in Parma and Parma, Modena. I think it's Parma where you're going to stop. Now, Parma, if you hear the word, it reminds you of prosciutto di Parma and Parmigiano Reggiano. So that area is considered the best food in Italy. All the stuffed pasta comes from there. Lasagne, tortellini, ravioli, all of those. And that's where they have also next door in Modena, they have balsamic vinegar. That's original from there. And so you will stop in a prosciutteria, they call it, where they have tons of prosciutti, and they slice your prosciutto thin like paper, and you're going to have a taste there of prosciutto, and the cheese. It's the best in Italy, the prosciutto. And I don't know if everybody likes it, but it's one of my downfalls because I go to eat prosciutto all the time. And with a glass of wine, again, when you're there, you probably don't want to leave either because it's just, so good. And it's, and if you eat the traditional things in the traditional place, it tastes so much better because it's just fresh from there and they know how to serve it, and it's just absolutely wonderful. So
are we still on day 3?
Yeah. Oh. Well, yeah.
You lost me for a minute.
Yeah, my husband always says, don't get her started because then, I go overboard. So anyway, but then you are going to drive after you have lunch in Parma and learn about Parmigiano and prosciutto di Parma. Then you are going to go to Siena. And if you picture again the mushroom on top of Italy and then the boot, it's just straight down in the middle. And Siena is south of Florence, about like if you take the train, 45 minutes. And Siena has, I think it's probably one of the most gorgeous cathedrals in the world. It was built over top of a Roman temple from, before Christ. It was a temple to Minerva, I guess, in English. And this cathedral has relics from the Roman time, the Middle Ages. The mosaics are absolutely astonishing. You just, again, you could spend the whole day there because all the floor, all the columns, all the ceilings are just paintings and mosaics. And I mean, it's just amazing. So you will go to Siena and you will see that. The cathedral. And Siena is a beautiful little town. It has all these little restaurants and shops. And the best thing to buy in Tuscany, something original, it's leather.
Oh,
and
I like leather.
Yeah, yeah.
Horses.
And it's, oh man, just make sure though. I mean, you can buy some absolutely wonderful. It's like touching like butter. It's like this leather that's so soft and it smells like leather. You kind of have to watch because if you go to the market, you have to watch where it's made because they have the real knockoffs made in China, whatever. But most of them are made in Italy. And if they're like in Italy, they're very into the fashion. So let's say this year the color is red. Last year it was blue. If you buy a blue purse, it'll cost you a tenth of what it'll cost you for a red purse because, it's out of style.
Right.
So, and I mean, and you can buy these jackets that'll fit like a glove or, just gorgeous leather.
So we need an extra suitcase. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well,
we're kind of in trouble already. We're only on day 3.
So if anybody likes anything leather, just buy it in Tuscany.
Okay.
I mean, you can go to Versace in Rome if you want to, but still, or Gucci. But, that's where you can buy the leather, and they have all these leather factories around. I actually know somebody that goes to Tuscany.
I can't hear shit and I can't see shit. I got this.
We can hear you saying the S word. All right? Okay. That's okay. Okay, keep going.
Anyway, it's just buy the leather there if that's what you like to buy. And I know somebody that goes to Tuscany and has shoes made. They measure your foot, they take a cast of your foot, and they make the shoes that fit like a glove. I mean, they're like, you're like walking on clouds. Anyway, so shoes, leather, anything leather is great. And then they also have, the olive oil and all of that. And I think, hang on a second here, let me check and see.
We got her excited about leather. Can you see the passion?
So then you're gonna go also to a winery and you're gonna taste the local wine. The most famous wine in Tuscany is Chianti, but there are a lot of other ones like Brunello di Montalcino, the real heavy red wines. They're all blends, but they're very famous wines. I mean, if you go to the store in the US, you can ask for a Tuscan wine and they'll have plenty of different choices. So anyway, you're going to have a wine and olive oil tasting. And that's another thing you can buy, olive oil. The thing is in the luggage, you have to kind of be careful because I had a few accidents. So buy the ones that are like sealed very well. But, and you can buy little ones for your friends to bring home. And so anyway, and then in the evening, you can just walk around Siena. It's just like walking into history. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And the sunset, it sits on a hill. So the sunsets from there are just beautiful. So you can go to a restaurant and watch the sunset, go shopping, all of that.
So our wine and oil tasting is part of the package.
Okay.
That's us.
Yeah, please put, can you everybody mute, please? Please don't get off mute. Okay, keep going.
Okay, all right. Next day, so you're staying in Siena that evening. The next morning, you get up and go again. It's kind of a fast trip, but you're going to see a lot, and you're going to be impressed with every little thing, and you would wish you would stay there like a week in each place. But next day, you go to Orvieto. Orvieto is a very different type of city. It's medieval and Renaissance, but it was built in the Middle Ages. And in those days, they had the raids. They would come. This other peoples from different parts of the world used to come through and just pillage and all of that. And so the people in Orvieto, they built a whole city underground. They have a whole underground city where thousands of people live there when they had the insurrections and all of that. And I don't know what the tour does, but they can tell you all about it. And they have wells. They had waste disposal. They had kitchens. They had all kinds of stuff. It's just like this. This city is amazing. And also there is, I had some pictures of the city, but it was when our son and his ex-girlfriend came, so all the pictures are gone. So anyway, there is a well that's called Pozzo di San Patrizio, and you can walk all the way down the well, and they have the stairs going down because it was too deep to get the buckets down. So depending on the height of the water, they would have to go down on the steps. And it's one of those things that people go see in Orvieto. But you will be amazed again on this town because it's just absolutely wonderful. So, okay, so
then we head into Rome, right?
We get into Rome.
Yeah, so then we'll be basically going down the coast and then going into Rome. And we'll arrive in Rome. We'll check into the hotel. We'll get to see Tour B, and they overlap a little bit, so we'll get to that in a minute. But I wanted to let you know on the registration form, Tour A has two options. You can see the Vatican Museum and Sacred Rome when you're filling out the form or when we're talking. Or for those who've been to the Vatican, we also have, I call it the Hidden Rome Tour, but that's the Santa Maria
della Concezione. Okay.
Concezione, yes.
It's a conception. That's what it means. So it's easier to
read.
No, it's easier to remember. It's easier
the catacombs.
Sorry, the catacombs.
The catacombs. So that would be, if you've already been to the Vatican, we did have an option for tour number 2. So we'll just remind me, and I will make sure that we put you in the right bus. And but when we're chatting, so just to let you know, don't skip that. But we'll go over the registration form at the very end. So now Tour B, I'm trying to figure out what I did here. Tour B is for those who are coming in. There we go. On April 29th. So again, Tour A is from April 26th. So you have 26, 27, 28, 29, coming down. And then on the Tour B starts on 29. So you'll be arriving on April 29th. And we call that the Eternal City Experience. Okay. So here we are right here. And that's 4 days, 3 nights. We do want to let you know that Tour A, B, and C the plan is we'll all be staying at the same hotel. It all depends on how many people are doing what tour. So we do not have the hotel exactly picked because we need to see how many people we're going to have, and we'll go from there. So if you are interested in flying in the day before, because many of you have done that when we did British Isles, we will talk about that as we meet with you on Zoom individually, and I will start a list so that you're not tired. Let's say you want to come in on the 28th for Tour B, or something like that. But right now that is available. We just haven't priced that for you yet because we'll know the hotels very shortly. We do have a very small window for sign up. because we need to lock down some of these things. Europe has changed a little bit since the last time we were there. Buses are a little bit more difficult to get the good guides. Like, we want the best guides. So we're working. We have a lot of things on hold right now. Like, they're on hold. We haven't put a deposit down, and we need to get going on that. So that's why there's this short time frame. So, but you guys are pros. You know what to do, and we're so excited. Now let's talk about Tour B. Okay. You're gonna fly in
okay.
to the airport, and we're gonna have Christine and Sharon. They will be will be there on Tour B, and so David and I will be on Tour A. So just to let you all know who will be your Royal Splendor team on Tour B. It will be Christine, Sharon, and we also have a wonderful hostess from the company, from our European partners, that will be with us the whole time at the hotel, every inch of our experience for both tours. So we're not alone. I'm trying to get Daniela to come.
I would love to. Anytime I can go to Italy, I would go
home, right?
I want to go home. Yeah.
I'll have to warn your husband.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so let's talk about some of our experiences for the Tour B.
Okay, so the Tour B, you go to the Colosseum. Let's see.
Oh,
you say, okay, you go in. Oh,
this one. You're on the next page.
Oh, sorry.
You're over here.
All right, I'm losing it, you guys. Okay, here we go. Too many things.
You're back on the leather.
Back on the leather. Yeah. So you have, the Baroque Rome. Piazza Navona. Oh, Piazza Navona, it's one of my favorites. It has the fountains of the four rivers, which in those days when the fountains were built, those were the four rivers of the world that they thought, that people knew, the biggest rivers in the world. And it's a gorgeous square. It's pedestrian only, and they have all these restaurants. And we were just there in May this year, and we had a lady that had a birthday in our group, and they came out with the guitar and the birthday cake with the sparkles, and I mean, it was just great in Piazza Navona, right under this fountain. So you guys, you would absolutely love Piazza Navona. And the whole piazza is pedestrian, so you can just hang out, walk around, and you don't have to look for cars.
There's a good gelato restaurant there. There's a couple of them. One of them does have a bathroom for you to use if you buy a gelato. That was my experience.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You can use the restroom if you buy something. So you can order a cup of coffee and then, that kind of thing.
But there's a lot of shopping in that area.
Yes.
Yes.
Piazza Navona, Trevi Fountain, and the Spanish Steps is near Via Veneto. Via Veneto and the Spanish Steps are in the same area, same street kind of thing. And that's where they have all the high-end shops. So if you want to buy a shirt for 5,000 euros, you can do that, and, a pair of shoes for 2,000 or whatever it is. But also they'll have models that walk around, like real cute and all this with, these fancy clothes. So anyway, and the Spanish Steps, you've seen the Spanish Steps probably, in pictures and stuff. And, it's just the place to be. People hang out, if you want to meet friends, let's meet them at the Spanish Steps, because it's the place to be. And then the Trevi Fountain. Trevi Fountain is kind of tricky because it's in a small square and there are a lot of people. So you kind of have to be patient to get to the front, and then you can throw your coins in the fountain so you can come back to Rome.
Yes, that's where the gelato place is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something else. But I do love, we're going to the Colosseum, and we do have to be very mindful. Italy is very popular. Make sure you're bringing your patience, your smile, your royal aloha with you. We do have fast passes to all the different destinations we're going that has, a ticket, but things do happen. So just be patient, right? Enjoy what's around you. The Colosseum is an amazing architectural design. You get in, you walk around, and then you leave. I mean, there's things that, but you got to enjoy every minute of it. And there are going to be people,
Yeah, and the lines are really long, so I don't know how, what if they do the Coliseum first, but hopefully they do the Coliseum first before all the other tour buses come in, because the lines are quite long. So yeah, so in Italy you have to have patience. It takes forever to do anything. So just all you have to do is relax. So
relax, have fun, enjoy yourself. And we really, so many of us have traveled for many years together, and we have a good time. We're just laughing and giggling and doing the thing. There are bathrooms in the Coliseum, I do know that. A lot of this, I'm like, oh yeah, they're not bad.
And also you will have a guide from our company in Italy, and they can, like, if you need something, if you need the restroom, or if you need to stop for something, or you just ask and they say, oh, they'll take you to wherever you want to go. It's your tour, it's private just for your group. Right. So you can pretty much say, like, even if you're going like the couple of days before, if you're coming in from Orvieto and you say, people need a rest stop or whatever, they'll stop, because it's your bus, your tour guides, and you can do whatever you want within the time limit.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have parameters, and it's great that we have such beautiful custom service. But you want to make sure you're asking Christine or Sharon, because we do have a timeline. And then they can relay the message to our European partners. So, because I can see these girls going, I want to go shop here, I want to go shop here, I want to go shop here.
So if you have like three groups, and one wants to go here, one wants to go there, you have enough guys to kind of take you wherever you want, and they'll help you. Really, it's just like a no-brainer. You just say, take me there, and it's just take it easy and enjoy everything.
So then we're going to pop over to day 3. So we talked about the Colosseum and the Spanish steps, etc. That's on 2. And so day 3, which is the Vatican Museum.
Yes, the Vatican Museum. Again, most people have been there, I guess, but it's a huge museum. So they will probably show you just part of it, because you can't see the whole thing. And then from the museum, you walk over to the Sistine Chapel. And the last time I was there, they had so many people that they let you stay 10 minutes in the Sistine Chapel, and then you go out the other way. So when you get into the Sistine Chapel, really, really pay attention to the guide and look, because because of the crowds, it's kind of hard to sit there, and spend an hour looking at all the paintings. So yeah,
we do have morning entrance, if I remember correctly. But yes, again, Rome is busy. We will have whisper systems. Whisper systems are those little mics that are in your ear. We will make sure that we also have the adapters if you're wearing a hearing aid. So you want to make sure that you're listening to that and stay with your partner. It's like, cute little kindergarten. Hold everyone's hands. Don't get lost. It is beautiful. I mean, it's definitely worth all the time in the world. And we're not going to run through it.
Yeah, and so you're gonna see, and also the Vatican Square. It's gorgeous, and I mean, I don't know that the tour guides will probably tell you all that, but the colonnade, Bernini colonnade, the one that's kind of like the round part outside. In those days, they were building things. They were kind of like a trick to the eye. And so there are 3 rows of columns, and they're humongous columns, but you only see 1 row at a time. So when our kids were little, we used to run all around the squares. Like, see, you can only see 1 at a time, and so you can, the tour guides will tell you, but it's just, I mean, every little piece of everything that you see is a masterpiece. I mean, that colonnade to me is just amazing, including St. Peter's and everything else. But yeah, so and I don't know if you're going into the church, right?
Yeah, we're going into, yes.
So you'll see La Pietà, which is absolutely amazing. But now they put it behind glass because somebody broke the nose of Jesus with a hammer a few years ago. So it's behind glass. It's kind of hard to take a picture because of the shine. But anyway, to me, that's another masterpiece because it looks like the stone is alive. I mean, you can see the muscles and you can feel the sadness. I mean, it looks like it's something alive. And to me, I mean, I could sit there and watch it for 2 days. So anyway, it is, inside St. Peter, you'll see it. And so along with a whole bunch of other statues and paintings and all of that. But if you just, really, really look at La Pietà, it's just absolutely amazing to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
okay.
My 2 cents out of it.
So we're talking about Friday, May 1st. So Tour A will have arrived in the evening of April 30th. So you're going to see some new faces with Tour B on May 1st, because that's when we start blending the tours together. So just so you can think about, how are we doing all this? Okay, so the next day, that is day 4, which is Saturday, May 2nd. And again, Tour C has come in on May 1st. Like I said, I don't know how we pulled this off, but we'll be all blending together so that we do get to the cruise ship in one piece, a couple different buses. But here is there's St. Peter's Basilica.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, you turn around, everything you look, it's a masterpiece. And it's like, I was talking to a tour guide, and she said, you have to spend 3 months in Rome to see it, and I'm going, well, okay, I'll do it 3 days at a time or whatever.
Right, well, that doesn't mean you have to go back more often to go home. Oh, darn, right?
That's it, yeah.
So for those who are planning Tour C, the plan is to get you in the morning, because in the afternoon we want to take you on a little welcome Italian adventure. So we're going to work on that with your flight and get you in nice and early. Then what happens is, let's see here, where are we? May 1st, we will, we are going here. There we go. Okay, so they're getting into the airport. Then we're going to the Santa Maria
Maggiore. That's another, I mean, okay, they have hundreds of churches in Rome, but if you're going to see another one other than the Vatican, Santa Maria Maggiore is absolutely phenomenal. So you will absolutely love it. And I mean, the paintings and the statues, everything is out of this world. So the one thing I was going to say, because I mentioned this to Nancy, the 1st of May is the feast, Labor Day. It's Labor Day. So there will probably be some parades or some people that are protesting here and there. The company that we work with is Italian. They know exactly how to go around this. But you might see, like the Carabinieri outfits, the ones that have the feathers and stuff like that. You might see some people like that you'll never see any other time in Rome. So it's kind of like a special day. And but it's Labor Day, so you will have a lot of people, Italian people, that have the day off. So it's a good thing you're working with an Italian tour company, because they know how to get around to get you to where you're supposed to go. So that's wonderful. So
So we'll work with them too as we get closer. There may be a parade outside of our hotel. We never know.
there you go. You
So
can just look it out the window.
That would be a bonus. I love that. I love that. All right. So we have the next day. The holiday, Tammy, is on May 1st.
Right.
Okay. So the
Let's
next.
keep it
The
on
next.
mute. Huh?
Could you please put yourself on? Sheila, could you put yourself on mute, please? Oh, there we go. Okay. So then we head over in the morning. Breakfasts are included. So each morning you have breakfast. There are, depending on their tour, we always put a little bit of information, what's included, what's in terms of meals. So then we head over to the cruise ship, and we get on the cruise ship, and we have all our shore excursions. So I did put Barcelona next because that was where my brain was going. But on our way to the cruise ship, we're going to go to.
That's what I was going to say, because I grew up, in Italy, and I always wanted to see Etruscan ruins. The Etruscans were before the Romans, and they actually taught the Romans how to build aqueducts. This bunch of people were very, very smart in engineering and all kinds of things, but they taught the Romans how to make aqueducts. And you guys know the Romans built aqueducts all over France, England, all over the world. At the time, Europe. And so there are some Etruscan tombs, and the Etruscan being before the Romans were way before Christ. So the tombs are they kind of look like something that you would find in the Middle East, very stark. And they leave the food for the deceased, and their favorite clothes, their favorite everything. Anyway, it's amazing because it took me 50 years to get there. So I think it's just something that you don't see with other tour companies, because it's just, to me, it's part of the beginning of history in Italy. And it's, and if you think the Romans are from a long time ago, these are before. And anyway, I think you'll really enjoy listening to the history of the Etruscans.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic. And that's why I love that you jumped on board here to help us, so that we're not doing the typical, type of tour. We're blending in history and blending in some of the things that you love, which, as we can tell, your passion is amazing.
I do, yeah. Everything that you see, it's just, to me, it's the real Italy. You kind of have to see all the big, the big monuments and churches and stuff like that. But to have, like to go to a prosciutto place with Parmigiano Reggiano, that kind of thing, and go to Cerveteri and go to Orvieto. It's famous to a certain point, but it's not where everybody takes you. And
right.
And it's just, you'll be so amazed. It's I can't wait to hear everything.
So we're hitting some great local spots for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get on the Sun Princess. I'm gonna skip over the Barcelona tour because we got to go to shore excursions now. And sorry about that. So we're gonna get on the Sun Princess. I promise you we'll get there on time. I do like to get there later in the afternoon when we're at this, what do you call it? This
Cerveteri.
We will have you'll have an opportunity to have lunch there, have a little potty break, and then we'll enjoy ourselves and then get back on the bus. I'm not a big fan of arriving at the port when there's 5,000 other people sitting there. So, but we will get there on time, I promise.
It's on the way, really, and it's a good stop. Yeah,
it's a great stop. Stretch our legs.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on the Sun Princess. Very exciting, and we're going to, on Sunday, May 3rd. Our first stop is going to be Naples, Italy. So we have here. There we go. Oops, sorry about that. It is a full day. Now every moderate walking, because there is walking. Of course, we're in Europe. We'll split up the groups to make sure that those who need a little extra time will be with one group guide, and then those who are a little faster, or if we need to split them up into 3, we can. So just know that, yes, there is walking. I have been mentioning, bring a walker if you need to, because you want to make sure you have a place to sit. Bring a cane that has the little seat on it if you need to. The little scooters, the traveling ones are amazing. The little 60-pound ones. David is working with a company right now to see if we can promote something that is for us at a discounted price. And so, Michael, we will ask questions we'll answer questions very shortly. Well, actually, we finished Italy. I do apologize. We finished Italy, and I mentioned that we will do questions. Does anybody have any questions regarding tour A, B, or C? And if you do, please put up the little hand emoji, and I'll call on you. Well, this looks pretty good. Brenda, I see that you have your hand up. And if you could be so kind to unmute. Brenda is from Canada. Oh, I can't hear her. No, you're muted, so you have to unmute yourself. Let me try to help you here. Okay, hold on a second. I'm asking you to unmute. There
Okay.
you go.
There we
Okay.
go. On the tour B, which is the one that we're looking at, I didn't remember hearing, do we go to the Coliseum?
Tour B is, yes, you do go to the Coliseum on day 2.
Okay, thank you. That was my only question.
Which is April 30th, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, no problem. Was there anybody else that had any questions regarding tour A, B, or C? Okay, Val?
Yes, Nancy, on tour C, you have to find your own transportation then to the hotel, it says. Can you help arrange that for somebody if they need to?
Nancy, you're muted.
We can't hear you.
Nancy, you're muted.
I got it. Thank you, David. He's yelling from the kitchen. Okay, so tour A does come with transportation. I just wanted to, make sure that we all understand what each tour. So tour C, once I know when everybody's arriving, when we do our airlines in the next few days, in the next couple weeks, then we will work with the transportation company, our partner in Italy, so that we can figure out when we can pick you up. So that is a separate cost. We don't know yet because we don't know how many people are coming in at one time. So very similar to with our other trips, I try to get you in as close as possible so we're not doing multiple pickups, and it's less expensive if we can do 1 or 2 big pickups. Okay. Any other question, Valerie, on that?
Nope, I thank you.
No problem. Gay, how can I help you?
So, there's 3 of us traveling together. Is there any way we can get triple occupancy on the add-ons?
Okay, so that is a great question. And we need to find out how many we need, because the hotels, we have a group of hotels that we know we want to stay at, but until I know how many people are signing up for each tour, we have to see if the hotel has triple occupancy, because some of them are boutique hotels, beautifully looking over the lake. They may not have room for a rollaway or those type of things. They can be a little bit smaller. So we will I'll write your name down because they're, and then we come back to you on that. But that's
No worries. No worries.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you.
Sure. Anybody else have questions that I can help with or try to help with? I have my hand up. Okay. Christine, is there any? Oh, Sue, I see Sue. Sorry about that.
So if you sign up for the tour A, will we be staying in a different hotel every night?
Not every night. So we do have 3 different hotels. Okay. But the package does have portage, so they'll come and pick up your suitcase. You just leave it out. They'll handle it for you, so you don't have to worry about it. But because we're traveling down the coast, that would be the proper
Down the middle of Italy.
Down the middle of Italy, we are staying at a couple different hotels.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure, no problem. Good question.
Trying to see the most you can. You have to move around because things are not close. But I think you're staying 2 nights in Lake Maggiore.
Yeah.
So they arrive and then you have a full day and then you leave the next day. You have that night. So actually you can enjoy Stresa or Verbania in the evening. It's gorgeous with the lake views and the sunset. It's really pretty.
Thank you. All right, let's see here. I'm just looking for any more hand waving if you can't find your little icon. I think that's it. Christine, did you have any questions in regard in chat?
Mike had a question, but it's about shore activities when we're ready to move on to shore activities. But I don't see anything about just what day's an Italian holiday. That was the first, right? La Festa
Right.
Lavoratori. Is that the one?
It's the old communist Labor Day. So
Okay.
so you'll see that Russia does that. All the big, China, they all do May 1st is the big Labor Day. And, they show, they have all the parades and everything else. But I think you'll see some really cool uniforms if you're around where they have the parades, because they have the carabinieri, they have those, the stripes and the feather in their heads, and it's really, really cool. But, they might try to get away from where the parades are just so you can go to where you're supposed to be going. So,
well, I'm writing it down to see where the parade route is.
Yeah.
In thinking about the hotel, because
and they know. I mean, the company in Italy knows exactly where they'll have. I don't know that they'll have the parade route now. They'll have it probably
closer.
Later. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, Lori, aloha. Oh, Lori, you'll have to
Okay.
unmute. There you go.
Thank you. I couldn't find the hand thing. Anyway, so if you're not going to do any of the tours, of the beginning tours, is there still, can you still come to the hotel the night before and stay at the hotel and be part of that
So
too?
that's what Tour C would be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, because you want to get in the night before we leave, the day before we leave. So that's what Tour C is. And we did add some activities in there as well, so that you feel like you are, enjoying a little bit of Italy.
But if you don't need to do, the reason I'm saying that is I've been there, done that. So I'm meeting other friends before the cruise.
Okay.
So am I better off just to go down and join everybody the day of the cruise instead?
Well, let's have a separate conversation regarding that, because there are some costs involved in terms of transportation, the dinner and everything.
Okay. Oh, no, and I understand that. That's why I was, okay. We'll talk about that later then. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. All right. Okay. So now we are on the Sun Princess. We are getting on the ship, and now we're going to start enjoying. Whoop. Maybe. There we go. Woo. Where am I here? All right. So we're on the ship, and it's the Sun Princess. Is, one of their new cruise ships. Have you been on the Sun Princess yet?
I went on the Sun Princess years and years ago.
The old
before,
one.
Yes. Before,
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll have lots of activities. Those things we will talk about as we get closer. We make that beautiful flip book. If you haven't seen one, I'll show it at the very end. That will let you know everything we're doing. But now we're going to be in Naples. So we were talking about tour activities. The ship arrives at 7 in the morning. It leaves at 7 p.m. The tour returns by 5:30. Everything is a little bit of an estimate, but I try to put as much, how many hours. We do full day trips. There's a lot of driving. So just because you're getting off the port, sometimes it's very industrial and there's nothing by the port. You have to get away from the port to see the beauty. So I did notice that for a lot of our shore excursions, it's a good drive.
It's about, in general, like 40, 45 minutes, but then it depends on the traffic to get to Caserta. Yeah. And Reggio di Caserta, it's the royal palace of Caserta. The southern part of Italy from Rome down, south of Rome, was part of the Spanish Empire. So the King of Spain built this royal palace for when he was in Italy. And it was called the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. This royal palace has like 1,200 rooms. They're not all open, but you would be just absolutely amazed at what it looks like. I think it rivals Versailles. I mean, it's like dripping gold everywhere. It's just, you would not believe this palace. And it's not, it's in the radar of different tour companies a little bit more now, but before there was only the people Italians or Europeans that would go visit, this palace, because it was kind of not on the radar of, people from the United States or Canada or, that kind of thing. But you will find that it's not crowded, hopefully, and you can really enjoy it. And they have, like, their gardens are, like miles of gardens. I mean, they're amazing. And when we were there, I don't know, it depends, I guess, what's available, but they had horse carriages that could take you through the gardens if you like that. And or you can just walk around the gardens, walk in the royal palace, and it's just another masterpiece. And a lot of people don't go there, so we thought that would be a great place, because since a lot of you ladies have been everywhere, seems like you can go to Pompeii, but this, a lot of people saw that already. This royal palace, you can look it up and read the history, and it's pretty amazing. And it's a UNESCO heritage site. So.
And that's beautiful. I mean, we did look at going to Pompeii, and I'm going to be really honest about Pompeii.
Yes.
I don't have, it's very hilly. It is not handicap accessible to get anywhere. It's dusty, it's rocky. When we did Rome, not through us, but through another company, a lady actually fell because it's just so hard to get around. I mean,
the cobblestone streets are just, they're not flat. They're like rounded, and they have, like a space around.
They have grooves.
So yeah. So it's a tough one. Talking about shore excursions, if you want to go there, absolutely, you can go to princess.com. You can purchase a Princess shore excursion. I'm okay with that. Just really read the fine print, because a lot of their shore excursions are they'll say activity is advanced, a lot of walking. There's some things you really need to look. If you've never been to Pompeii, do Pompeii. I just felt for our group that this would be more enjoyable, more history.
more, just kind of up our alley a little bit, easier for us to navigate, not be in a crowd with thousands of people. But again, I am so understanding if you say, oh my gosh, I want to do Pompeii, and Princess will take care of you. So,
It's royal.
it's royal. It is. It is. And there you go. It's all about, royalty. So that would be Naples, and excuse me, lunch is included. We are putting in about an hour and a half for time for shopping. Before, we didn't actually have a lot of time for shopping and browsing, but this time we did this tour. You went to Alaska, you know what I mean. Some of the ports were a little less time for shopping, but we do have some time built in, so we're not rushed. That's the whole thing. I don't want us to be rushed. I want us to soak it all in.
And I think after Rome, you would probably really enjoy something that's not so overcrowded with people. And this is just, like I said, it's another, royal palace that's just something that people should see if it's on your bucket list. But you will be impressed with this palace and the history.
And we put some royal facts in. So this palace was in 2 big movies, Star Wars and Mission Impossible 3. And it's also served as the Queen, Amidal's? I'm not sure how to say that, but royal palace. Yeah. So,
Queen Amidala.
Thank you, Christine. I love that. So are we ready for our next short excursion? Would be Crete, Greece.
Yes, and Crete. It's great that you stop at all these different islands, but Crete has. I don't know if you go up to. They have those windmills, kind of like in Mykonos, and so you're gonna do the regional wine tasting. And I don't know if you've been to the Greek islands, but their vineyards to me, they were very interesting because there is really no water to water things like they have in other parts of Europe. So the vineyards are like on the ground. So they pick the grapes like near the dirt on the ground, and it's just really strong wine, and it's really, really good. So, but I think they will show you how they grow. Yeah, the vineyards. There you go. And it's pretty interesting because it's so different from any place else.
So we'll do a city tour, and then we're going to have lunch and wine tasting. And because where everything's located, it is 6 hours, which is great, and we'll have a nice full day.
Yep, that sounds great to me. And it's like in any of those islands, because they're hilly, I hope they stop a few times for pictures because the views are fantastic. So
trust me, they'll stop.
Yes.
We have David. Wait, I need that photo, right? Yeah, no. We will never get back in time. We'll be the ones going, hey. No, of course we're going to get back before the ship leaves. We're very, very aware of that. But if you've traveled with us before, we do love stops. We do love photos, and we make sure that we've hit them all. So let's talk about Turkey on May 7th.
Kuşadası, and I see you go to the Virgin Mary's house, and it's I don't know, if that's an interest for you, but it's pretty amazing, and the people that are there, they normally go there on a pilgrimage, and we lit I don't know how many candles and said all these prayers and whatever, but it's just it's a place that. To me, it's one of those places you'll never forget because it's really something more spiritual, But let's see what they do here. Just a minute.
We're doing a city tour now. Turkey is safe. Yeah. Otherwise, we won't be going there. I mean, that has been a question. We do want to address that. I know working with Princess for as many years as we have. They're never going to take us somewhere that is not going to be safe for us. So just know we're going to be together as a group, and that's the best way to travel.
It is, and you know, if you probably know, the cruise lines, if they feel like it's not a safe place, or you know, they shouldn't stop there, they don't. Right. And yeah, I have firsthand experience. My third time trying to go to Israel, they've been skipping Israel every time because of, you know, one thing or another. So I haven't seen Israel yet. But you know, but that's what I'm saying. You know, if it's, you know, if they don't feel that people are safe, they just won't go. You know, so and it really, where Ephesus is, it's not in the city. You know, like if you go to like Istanbul or something, it's, you know, some places are kind of sketchy. Yeah. So it's not even close, you know, to the city. So you're going to see the ruins, and, you know, it's just tourists there. So, but again, the cruise line always keeps that in mind too. So.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see the city of Ephesus. I mean, it's supposed to be remarkable.
Yeah, and then there is quite a bit of walking there too, because I see the library there, and you know, you have to walk up, well, down the path and up again, and just around, and so you probably, you know, hopefully you can go kind of you know, slow, and there is a lot to see along the way. Exactly. So you can stop. Yeah.
And that's a big thing. We are in Europe, and walking is a thing there. But we want, you know, we'll by the time May 7th comes, I have seen our groups change. Sometimes we have more people that want to go a little bit more leisure compared to a few days earlier. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so we're going to have a beautiful day in Turkey, and then the next day we're in Mykonos.
Oh yeah, that's another place that's just, you know, the turquoise water and these beautiful buildings, and it's just, everything is like pretty as a picture. And you can stop at a restaurant and have some ouzo and have, you know,
ouzo.
Yeah,
what's ouzo?
liquor.
Yeah, liquor. Right.
And but you know, and also, they have the best salads and the cheeses, and you know, it's just really good light food. A lot of fish if you like seafood, but yeah, they have great. The lunches are my favorite in Mykonos, because it looks like, you know, like a photo. You have to take a picture. Just beautiful, the olives and the, you know. We're going in May, so yeah, it's not really like the tomato season, but they have all kinds of different kinds of olives if you like that, and the salads are amazing. So,
but other than the food, we are doing
sorry.
tour.
I go with the tour. Yeah,
you go with the food and the
I go with the food
and the wine. I love it. Okay, so we're going to see the lighthouse. We're going to go to the monastery. We're going to a church. Of course, we're going to be stopping by the beach, and you guys, I will have a hard time not diving into that water. Look how gorgeous it is. The market. Yep, probably a good place for lunch. So it's and we're going to go see the windmill. So yes, definitely a lot that we're doing that day. So I am okay. Can we go tomorrow? I think I'm going to need to pack. Okay, so that's another gorgeous day on our shore excursions. The next one is Athens. Oh, sorry here. Now, if you're not muted, we can hear you. I'm so sorry again. All right, I clicked the button. Sorry about that. Okay, so then on May 9th, we are going to be doing a full city tour, and I have not been here yet. So, yes, yeah, okay. And the way I see the tour here, you're not going up to the temple. Well, it's a steep hill, and it's a lot better to see it from the square right below, and you can take some great pictures from there. And the square has, again, a lot of history,
great buildings and whatever, but it's the temple is right on top of this hill, and it's kind of a little bit of a trick to get up there. But then you go see the Monument of the Unknown Soldier, and right in front there they have those the guards. They're kind of like, if you look at the guards like in Buckingham Palace or whatever, they have the traditional costumes with those little pom-poms on the shoes, and that little skirt kind of thing, and and then we were there when they were changing the guards. It's kind of full, and it's like they have all this other guards coming over, and they switch over, and they have this little covered places where they can, stand there for hours for things. But it's really cool to see, and it's right in the downtown area, so you can see a lot of stuff, the Parliament and everything. It's really in the same area. So this is, you're going to see Athens, you're going to see all the big sites that everybody likes to go see in Athens. So that's great. So
it's going to be a full day.
And then the Acropolis, and
and the palace.
Yeah.
And so, okay. All right. Ooh. May 10th. I think Santorini is on everyone's bucket list. So let's talk about a water shuttle. If this is your first cruise, what is happening here is the ship can't come in to the port. So they will dock outside, and then we will get on the lifeboats, basically, the water shuttles. We have a private, since we're a private tour, we are having a private shuttle, water shuttle, that is going to take us. Right now, it's going to take us to the old port, and then we're going to get off that and get on to, I apologize, we have the Princess Shuttle, water shuttle, that's going to take us to the old port. Then we're going to get on a private water shuttle that's going to take us to the
other side of the
other side of the island.
Yeah.
And why we want to do this is because the old port, you ride a donkey up a hill, you walk the million steps, or you take the cable car. I can tell you that that's not going to be a good experience. Personally, that we decided that would not work for us, and it can be up to a 2-hour wait just to get onto the cable cars.
The cable car, when we went, it was low season. It was like the end of October, and there were like 4 ships that were out, full of, they're anchored. But so, and they all have the tenders coming in, but we stood in line probably 2.5 hours on the way up, and another probably 2 hours on the way down on the gondola going up to the city, the town, I should say. So this is a much better way to do it, and you don't have to stand in line so long, because it gets kind of tiring, I think.
Yes,
so.
And we do not want, that's not an experience that I'm too excited about. My sister said the donkey ride was horrendous. But if could you please put yourself on mute? Thank you. But if you decide to go on a princess excursion, please read the fine print and make sure that where they're going to take you. Okay. So I'm excited about Santorini because we've got this is probably our longest tour because we do have to get to the other side of the island, don't we? And excuse me, sorry. We're going to be in Oia.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get these.
Well, I mean, I'm not Greek, so don't.
No, but you're doing a good job. All right. Now, have you been to Oia yet?
Yes.
Okay.
And in that museum, they have the pictures there. They're continuing excavation constantly, but it looks like it's a tough thing to walk around, but they have all these walkways that are made out of wood, so you can see all of that, and it's nice. You don't have to go climb over rocks or anything like
No,
that.
no, none of that.
But it's
we like walking
yeah,
fast.
but it's something to see because you know, the history is absolutely amazing, and what, you know, how they used, to me, it's like, how do people live and save food? And, you know, again, I have the food thing going on, but but
okay.
you know, they really functioned very well in those days. And to me, it's just amazing how many things we need in this days, you know. And it's like, you know, I have to have the remote for the TV and the car, you know, the GPS and all that. And I'm just amazed at how people survived in those days. And
in the 1600s. Cool. Well, yeah. they say it is like the Greek Pompeii. So yeah. that's a good way to think about it back then. So again, we'll have our European tour guides that will be taking us all over and making sure that we have a phenomenal experience. And let's see, I think we're going to.
And you have to take a picture of the White House.
Oh yeah, we'll be taking a lot of pictures of that. We'll be making sure we find the blue roof. And Yvonne, where's cute little Yvonne? She did a diamond art. We did a Santorini diamond art, and it was cute because they didn't have the blue roofs, and she's like, I'm doing all the roofs blue. So we will definitely have a lovely time there and get to experience all of that. Okay, then we're going to go to Montenegro. I've never been there.
Montenegro, okay, that's another place like Cerveteri, you know, I've never been there, and it's one of those places that I always wanted to go. Okay. It looks like the Norwegian fjords going in with the ship. And you just think like you're in a whole different part of the world. You know, it doesn't match with, you know, like after the Greek islands, then you go to Montenegro, and it's just the coast there, like I said, it's a great port because it's very it's safe, and it's, you know, they used it for centuries to, if they had like bad weather or whatever, to go into this kind of fjord there. And everything else is up on hills, and I don't know exactly. Oh yeah, okay, so you will go up on this road that goes over top of the city, and again, the views are spectacular. And when we went, we had this tour guide, and it was a private tour guide, hopefully the same one that we had at you guys. And he was so passionate about his country. I mean, it made me cry. It was like, you know, he was like, we need to save our country and our heritage and our language. And it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site too. And but it's just a different history than other parts. Like if you go to Croatia, Slovenia, you know, Montenegro is very small, and they're very, very into being Montenegrin, and you know, they want their own identity. It's not like, you know, when it used to be Yugoslavia, it's all one, just throw them all together. And now they're very into being their own people,
keeping the culture alive, perpetuating the culture, the history, the way.
And it's amazing. It's one of the best places to me on the Dalmatian coast. So yeah. Anyway.
Oh, that's going to be even more exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to stop at Our Lady of the Rock. Lunch is included, and excuse me, we're going to go to the cathedral, the Maritime Museum. So it'll be a lovely day. Always a lovely day. Yeah. All right. Oh, look, we've got lots of pictures for you to look at here. Ooh, look at that. Look at that water. Lunch is going to be at a local restaurant, and they're going to be featuring, of course, fresh seafood and regional meat dishes and stuff. That's why it's really important. If you do have any dietary restrictions that has changed since a year and a half ago when you first signed up, please let me know. When you fill out the form for the shore excursions and the tours, there is that section again, just so we can update your needs. All right, now it's Wednesday, May 13th. Boy, Corfu, Greece.
Corfu is, yeah, it's, I mean, it's much, much bigger than the other islands, and there's a lot to see. So you're yeah.
Sorry.
You're going to.
We're going to go to the old fortress.
Okay. That's absolutely amazing. And there's a fortress, with the walls around, and then the castle on top, or fortress.
That's right here.
And yeah, there you go. And actually, it's really close. Well, to the port, I think. So it's not a long way. You're not spending a lot of time getting there.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's only a 5-hour tour, so it is a shorter day.
And they do have shops and restaurants all around there, so it's you're not driving miles. It's just pretty contained, and it's really a great way to see Corfu. Anyway, I like this tour. It's nice and easy, and you see the fortress, you have lunch. You're not seeing like 20 things in one day, and it's going to be more relaxing. So yeah.
Good. We'll need a nice relaxing day for sure. And I love that it has a little bit to offer for everyone. So that's going to be fantastic. All right, and then we go to Sicily.
Woo.
Yeah. Okay.
Messina. Okay, Messina is nothing to write home about. But I'm sorry.
No, we want the honest truth. Well, I'm hoping.
No, it's Messina. Messina, it's a port town.
Yeah, right. We have to
and
get
it's
out.
kind of, it's not the prettiest thing, but wherever you are going to Taormina, which is absolutely fantastic. It has like two parts of the town. There is the main town by the water, and then there is the high town where they have the Roman amphitheater and a lot of history from the Romans and from the Normans, because they had a Norman. Well, they had the Spaniards, the Normans, the Greeks, the Turks. I mean, Sicily was taken over by everybody pretty much in the Mediterranean. So they have a lot of history. And Mount Etna is a live volcano, and pretty much every time you see it, it has either smoke or lava coming down. So, and it's the highest peak. It's about 10,000 feet, and it has snow up there. So people go skiing, and then in the afternoon you can go swimming. But Mount Etna, it's quite amazing, and it has towns all the way around, and they have great vineyards because it's a lava rock, and the rock kind of becomes dirt, and it's very very good for growing anything. So they have great olives, great wine. I mean, it's great. Oh, one thing you need to buy there is pistachios if you like them.
Oh, we are. That's David. He's a pistachio king, so we definitely will do that. Now there is a winery and lunch that is included,
Okay.
So that's perfect. And then, tell me a little. We have a few wineries we're going to, but they're different regions
and very different wines.
And very different wines.
So, like in Sicily, again, same thing with Greece. It's very dry. You're not going to see. It's not Ireland. You're not going to see grass anywhere. It's because it doesn't rain. So the drier the climate, the stronger the wine. And around Mount Etna, they have more the red wines, the darker wines, and some of them are more like dessert wines. They're sweet wines, and you can also, I don't know what's in the lunch thing, but we had a whole meal of pistachio, from the appetizers, pasta with pistachio sauce. We had meat with pistachio sauce, and we had dessert with pistachio.
Okay.
So you can have, if you like pistachios, this is it, you guys. You have to buy pistachios here because they grow. And but the history there is, again, it's very mixed from different cultures. So it's a lot more interesting than other places. That you will see the Turk influence with the buildings, you will see the Roman influence, you will see the Norman influence, you see the Spaniard influence, and they also had 200 years of German domination, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and once in a while you see all these little Sicilians, you know, dark hair, whatever. And once in a while you see this blonde, tall guy, and you go, okay, whatever. But it's just, well, you in the United States, you're used to see people of all different cultures and different where they come from. But in Italy, you know, things, especially in an island, they're kind of like all the same, you know, they kind of all look the same. Right. But, you know, but because of all the different influences, they, you know, it's kind of fun to see like, oh, you look like the German influence or the Spanish influence or the Greek influence, you know, and it's a lot of fun. So, and their language also, Sicilians have all kinds of different dialects, and they're all mixed with, they're mixed with Greek and Turkish and all this. And when we went to Sicily, my husband's relatives are Sicilian, and they speak to me in Sicilian. I don't understand a word. They say, but they have to speak in Italian, and then we can understand each other.
They
but
speak with their hands.
Yeah, I like that. So, yeah.
Okay, so, well, so that is short excursion. So if you, I think Nancy Tobin is Sicilian. If I saw that flash up on the screen really fast. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, and then I'll look for you. If you can't find that, just wave like crazy.
We've got a couple in the chat area.
Okay, perfect. Let's start with the chat, Christine.
So Michael was asking, what's the first day to reserve shore activities?
Today.
Today.
Yes, so I know many of you are waiting for today's Zoom, of course. So hopefully after this presentation, you'll have a really good idea of everything that we're doing. So this, we have limited space, of course, so the sooner the better. We are doing a payment plan and breaking it up for you so that, you know, you have a few months to pay for all this. So the sooner you sign up, the better it is for me. I do have a December 15th cutoff date so that we can get our numbers in to our counterpartner in Italy. So yes, today's the day. And also, I've been asking you guys to make sure you're making your Zoom appointments, because my plan is go over your paperwork, hopefully put it in, then do your flight, and then we'll talk about travel insurance. So I'm even booking weekends with you all. So just let me know how I can help you. Is there any other questions, Christine, in the chat?
Tammy she had two questions. First one was, are you walking to the Acropolis? And the second was, is there a $50 deposit on the Montenegro excursion like the other excursions? Apparently it's not listed on the PDF file.
Oh, yes, there is. I'm not sure why it didn't show up, but all shore excursions, it is a $50 deposit for each. And then tour A and tour B, it's $250, and tour C, it's $150. Are we walking? I'm going to write that down and get back to you on that, Tammy, because I have to.
I don't think so. I don't think so,
No.
but
Yeah, she said, your partner here, this is Tammy. So the partner, she said you're not going up on the Acropolis. That was my question. Are you walking up on the Acropolis?
Oh, walking up on the, I would have to say, depending on our time, if that is something that you're interested in doing, let me check with them, because I haven't gotten an hour by hour itinerary. It's a little soon yet, but I'll definitely write that down.
I know the Acropolis, to go into the Acropolis, it's a separate ticket. So,
yes.
I'm sure if you want to go, they could, you know.
Well, I've already been up there. I probably am not going to go on the Athens tour, but for most people, that is incredible to go up there on the Acropolis. And I think a lot of people would really, really like that if you actually walked up on and be able to go to those buildings, you know, see the Parthenon and everything.
Right. Yeah,
so I just wanted to make it clear for people to know whether they're going to actually walk up on top of the Acropolis or just see it from a bus or see it from below. I just think it needs to be clarified. That's all.
Right. No, okay. I appreciate that. I do keep asking questions. I do have.
Okay. That's clarified. That's all I was asking, to make sure it's clear.
No, that's good. This is why we do these things, because I do not know everything.
Brenda Zaharia is asking, when is the last day we have? I think this says we have to sign up. I think that's
December 15th.
December 15th. Okay.
Yep.
I hope you're referring to shore excursions.
Shore excursions, yeah. Well,
For shore excursions, yeah.
Yeah,
and then
all of it, yeah.
Candace was wondering how many people are on the trip.
Right now we have approximately 120. So we've been holding that number pretty well. So I'm very happy. It's a great group. It'll be easy to get people on and off a few, buses. So this is fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to put that on my notes here. Excellent. Any other questions before we go to Barcelona post tour? Are you guys having fun? Are you learning a lot? Aren't you thrilled she's here? I know I am.
Awesome. I don't see anything else in the chats.
Brenda
wait a
has
minute.
her hand up again.
Sorry.
Sure, can I help you?
Our last excursion is Sicily, right? In Italy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Brenda.
The last excursion on May 14th is Sicily in Italy, right?
It is yes, Sicily, correct.
Okay. So then then are we sailing over to Barcelona, or how is that happening?
Yes.
Okay, just thinking of booking my flight. I don't want to book it out of Italy if I'm going to be in Barcelona.
No, you want to definitely be flying out of Barcelona.
Okay, thank you.
I can help you with that. I don't want you to be stranded trying to figure that out.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, we'll book a Zoom as well next week.
Okay, that would be fantastic. All right, I'm just going to flip through all the pages, see if I see any cute little hands. And I think I am, no other hands. Oh yeah, there's Gay.
Nancy.
Hi, Gay.
Okay. Couple of three, actually. Okay, so this is all about stuff on the ship. So I understand, like you said, you've got all of these trips planned on all of these different days that we're in port, but we can totally go to the cruise ship's website and look and see what they offer if we want to do something a little different.
Of course. I can't offer the huge
right. I get it. I totally get it.
That they offer. But I can say that really read the fine print. They give you, sometimes they only give you 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes somewhere. And it may be a shorter trip, but you're paying about the same money or more money, and it's a much smaller experience. But and they're wonderful as well. It's whatever is good for you and your group. I go for it. Now, if you book on princess.com and you log in, you have to pay it immediately.
Okay? Right. I get all that. Okay. Next question is, so we're going to have the two parties on the ship.
Yeah.
We're having a toga party and a Mamma Mia party.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm assuming those are going to be on nights that we're not on a tour all day.
Oh, no. Okay, so yes, they'll be on sea days. We'll also have a cocktail party, which is the night before we get off the ship. It all depends on how the sea days work and everything. Yes, you're going to have some crafts. We do a lot of things while we have some sea days. So
okay, and so now the cruise company said they have 2 formal nights.
Correct.
So we're going to have 2 formal nights and 2 private party nights.
Sometimes we combine our party night with their formal night. So again, you'll get all that information shortly.
So so we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Okay.
We're in plan.
Now I got sidetracked. I had something else, but I forgot what it was.
That's okay.
So airfare. We either we do it ourselves or we get with you and you do it. Is that what you were saying?
So for air, we work with Princess. Princess has a program called Princess Easy Air, and we look to see when they have available on flights. Okay, so they have, Princess now has their own internal air program. I look at that, and then depending on pricing, I kind of also look at Travelocity and look to see what's comparable. Princess Easy Air allows you to make some payments on it, where if we do United Direct or British Airways, you have to pay immediately. So we do spend a little bit of time looking at some options. Of course, it all depends on when you want to come in, what tour.
Right, we got to figure that out first.
Yeah, you have to figure that out first. Book your Zoom now, because we are gonna. There's 120 of you, and there's one of me.
One of you.
One of me. What I would love for you to do is just one of you books the Zoom, and then everybody who's traveling together, you share
there together
with them, so I can hit 3 people at one time.
Got it. We can do that.
Yeah. If you're going to be using miles, I legally can't be doing that for you, but I can definitely give you some options of when the flights, what to look at. Some of you have great miles that you can use, but I will definitely help you, but I can't technically log into your account, use your miles. That's kind of something I don't do if I make a mistake with your miles.
Okay, got it.
And then what happens after we get, this is a big portion of our trip, then we do trip insurance. We know how much the cruise costs you. We know how much the tours are costing you. We know how much the flights are costing you. Then we bundle that together and we send you a quote for insurance, and you are welcome to accept it or decline it, whatever works with you. If you have your own insurance, that's fine. Legally, in the insurance business, they're pretty tough. I can't help you make a claim with other insurance companies. I can do 90% of the work for TravelX. All you need to do is sign the papers and send it in. So through our company that we partner with. So just being transparent of everything that's going to happen next.
Okay. So we don't, if we signed up for insurance, we do not already have travel insurance on the cruise?
So you are technically under my umbrella group plan, and if you were needing to cancel right now, you're still in 100% refund except for your concierge fee right now. So you're good. But now that you're going to be adding expenses, right, that are non-refundable, this is when travel insurance would start to, we need to get that done.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I think I'm covered for now.
No, great questions. Not a problem. I love them, because somebody else may have thought of it an hour ago and then they went, oh shoot, I forgot to write that down. So hopefully we're helping answer other people's questions too. So
gotcha. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, Christine, I see you have your hand up.
Hey, okay. Let me see. Jane had a question. She said, if we choose Princess Excursions, can we pay those out in payments also? Sure. Sorry, joined late. Blah.
That's okay. Jane, hey, Jane. Hi, love.
Hey.
Shore Excursions with Princess is you reserve, you pay. Amazing.
Okay. I knew when we went to Europe, we just had to tell you which excursion code we wanted, and you bundled that together. So I wanted to double check that.
Yeah, things have changed a little bit.
Yep,
so
no problem.
If you decide to do a shore excursion with Princess, please I don't see those. They don't send me a pretty little copy. I wish. So make sure that if you're taking TravelX insurance, that you tell me, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. In the insurance business, the way I have to do it is you get a lot of paperwork. You get one separate invoice and all your expenses are itemized, because if we need to make a claim, it is so much easier, and that it is so much easier for them. So we want to make sure that we have all the numbers.
Yep, no problem.
And you can
I don't anticipate doing any other excursions except for what you guys offer, but Mr. Turner, he's going to be looking too, and he might
I think it's great.
find something else. So, I just wanted to double check that because I know we did it different before. I didn't want to assume it was the same. Okay.
Exactly. Now, double check their cancellation policy on Princess. Yes, you can cancel up to 24 hours before it, but I can't quote that because I haven't read it recently. If you cancel the day of, you have to go to the medic, which is does cost you to get your money back for the shore excursion you missed. Let's talk about that. Say you've done a bunch of shore excursions and you're kind of tired, and the next day comes and you can't, you are done. You're like, oh my gosh, Princess won't give you your money back unless you go to the doctor to get a note. Okay. Sorry about that. If that were to happen with Royal Splendor, then at the end of the cruise, you make an appointment with me, and we will then file paperwork to request a refund for you because you were not, you basically weren't well enough to go on that shore excursion. I try everything I possibly can. There's quite a few of you in here that have experienced a travel insurance claim. I will fight I will professionally go 150% to make sure you get a refund. Okay, so
yeah, got it, because it's part of the insurance, right?
Right, because we bundled it as part of your trip cost.
Understood.
And Victoria would know very well. Victoria Garcia, Vicky Garcia, she says approximately $350 to go see the doctor, and that's absolutely correct. So just to let you know, but this is part of life, right? I mean, things do happen, and we'll be talking in another Zoom what to bring, different types of medicine. We now have it pretty locked down. How to make you enjoy your trip without getting sick. Okay, but we're not going into that right now because now let me just do one more scan. We got to talk about Barcelona. Hello. Let's talk about the Barcelona post-trip. All right, let me share my screen. Ta-da. A great question. Thank you so much. Oh, David, the garbage people.
I think it's trash day tomorrow.
Trash day tomorrow. I can hear the neighbors. I always forget. Okay, so Barcelona. So the cruise ship arrives May 16th. And we are going to be getting off the ship and doing 5 days, 4 nights. We call it Barcelona and beyond because there's so much to see. We kind of wanted to get out of the city limits and see other things. So I'm going to turn it back over to Madame here.
Well, I think you have different tours, right?
Like, yeah, we have different tours.
Okay, if people want to leave the same day or the next day, you have different tours that you can take. Everybody that goes to Barcelona really, really they love Montserrat. It's up in the mountains, and it's just something you have to see. I mean, it's pretty cool to go up there, and then you stop at a vineyard and come back, and they have Catalonia wines, and those again, they're very different than the ones that you see anyplace else. And and I don't know how you have. Okay.
We can go by the picture.
Yeah, and also I mentioned Zaragoza to Nancy because you will see, like any place else in Europe, Spain was dominated by different peoples, and they do have, you will see a great cathedral and in a great Moorish building that is just absolutely amazing. And you would not see it unless you go to the Arab countries or whatever. And it's really something to see if you haven't gone, to the south of Spain and saw, like the Alhambra and that kind of stuff. So I think this itinerary will show different parts of Spain, and you kind of get a good idea of the culture and the history. And also, you'll stop in Barcelona to see the Gothic Quarter, La Alhambra, and also the Sagrada Familia, which everybody that goes to Barcelona has to see that. The Sagrada Familia is that huge modern church from Gaudi, and it's, well, I don't know if anybody has seen it, but okay, I grew up in Italy and I'm used to certain kind of cathedrals and all this. This was like not a place of worship in my head. I mean, it's beautiful and it's a work of art and it's very, very different and it's still not finished. But it's very contemporary. It's not your old, what you're used to, all the churches. Okay. And you have to see it because it's once in a lifetime that you're going to go see that. But to me, if I go to a church, it has to be like spiritual, and this was more like art, right? So, but it's absolutely amazing, the columns and the colors, and outside the whole church has all kinds of scenes from the scripture, with different statues and I mean, it's just amazing and very, very rich. You can't see it all. You look at it, you go, oh my God, there's like 500 different scenes that you're looking. And but anyway, it's very interesting. And although I have to say, my favorite part, because it's not the food, it's not the leather, it's not the leather. It's the flamenco. Oh yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, I could have just sat there all night and listened to that. It's the music and the dancing and the. Well, we sing that a little later. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got off track. Sorry. That's okay. Okay. I got it. Sorry. I got off track. So we're gonna get on the cruise ship. We're gonna have a beautiful day. We'll check into the hotel. We put a few hotel pictures there. That hotel we do know. That's what we're staying at. And then we have day 2. Oh, we're gonna go to the monastery. Okay. The Montserrat. Yeah. Yeah. Montserrat, you go to the monastery and then you I mean, again, the views from up there are spectacular because it's up on the mountains and you can see the whole coast and the city. I mean, well, it's kind of depending on the weather. If it's a clear day, you can see clear day. Yeah. Clear day, yeah. So the city, and then the vineyard again. And it's interesting how the vineyards are all different. The wines are all different. It's not like you have to, drink wine everywhere, but it's just, wine is one of those things that everybody in Europe is familiar with. And they're all different, and you'll be a wine connoisseur by the end of this trip. So I know we don't normally offer so many lunches, but you can't go to these regions and not taste the wine. And I'm not even a drinker, but I mean, I will taste them. I'm excited to try something new on my palate, but I'm also excited about the meals that they are going to be offering. Now, there are non-alcohol beverage available as well, but I was reading, I'm like, oh, another winery. Yes. But no, I mean, that's why I'm going. I mean, everybody talks about it, and I get to hear about it. And I'm like, well, and you have to pair it with the food. It makes the food taste better, and it's just, and people that grow all these different kind of grapes, they're so proud of what they do and how they blend them. And so, I think you don't have to drink a whole lot, but maybe you can taste like a teaspoon of it just to, to get the flavors. And it's pretty cool to me. I don't know. That's all right. And then we're going to get back to the hotel. We're not changing hotels on this trip. We're staying at one hotel. And then on day 3, there you go. Okay. So Zaragoza is inland from Barcelona, and it's on a river. It's another beautiful town. It's kind of like if you go on a river cruise and you'll see the both sides of the city, from the old town and the new town. But you'll see, I think the reason to do this town is to go to see the Roman culture, the Spaniard culture, the Moorish and the Christians living together and building their own different buildings, and the basilica and the palace. And to me, it's great because you're going to learn how people live together and the different architectural styles. And it's a nice town where, again, Barcelona is going to be really full of people because they have hundreds of cruise ships coming and going all the time. And Zaragoza is more like you feel like you're in Spain, you know, like you're one of the people that live there, and it's going to be, you know, you walk on the streets, you go stop at a coffee shop, you go to the shopping, and, you know, it's just, to me, it's, everybody needs to do that in every country to get away from the crowds and learn more about the culture. So
I like that. I like the places that were chosen. So thank you. All right,
here it is.
Day 4. Day 4. There you go.
Okay. Oh man, I just love those dresses and the music, and it's just so intense, and it's I don't know. To me, it was the highlight of my trip to Spain. But then again, everybody's different. But I have to tell you one thing, because I've always wanted to go to a flamenco show, and I have a client who had an exchange student from Barcelona. They say, okay, Barcelona. Anyway, so they had the exchange student from Barcelona, and he said, "Oh, you should ask Carlos, his name Carlos. You should ask Carlos where to go to see flamenco in Barcelona." So I call up Carlos. He lives in Washington, D.C. He works for the Spanish government there. And I said, I'm going to Barcelona. It's for my birthday. And it's, you know, that's what I want to see. I've always wanted to see the real thing. He says, "Well, then don't go to Barcelona."
Okay, don't tell me that.
He says, I mean, they will do the flamenco in there, but the flamenco is actually from the south of Spain, and you know, you can see cowboys in Denver, but they really don't belong in Denver, you know. But same thing. But to me, the show was fantastic, but I don't know much better. But it was just absolutely amazing. But then I learned that I should look up where it comes from first before I go.
Well, we won't know any different because we've never seen it. But so she skipped the whole day. I just want you to know.
I'm sorry.
You skipped the whole day and went right to the flamingo show.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I just love it.
No, that's okay.
So you're gonna go to yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, so you're going to see Girona again. Don't quote me on the pronunciation. I'm not Spanish, but the cathedral in Girona is another absolutely amazing place to go. And then are you gonna go to? So you're gonna go to again Figueres, where Salvador Dali was from, Salvador Dali, and the Dali Museum. And if you know, you probably know about Dali, is the one with the mustache like that, and just very, just very different. But the museum is very, very colorful. You love the paintings there, and it's you have to go to the Dali Museum when you go to Catalonia, just because that's where he's from. And actually, that's a picture of the Dali Museum, the orange one. And so it's pretty cool if you guys are interested in art at all. And then again, you go to the flamenco show.
And then we go to the flamenco. Just get me to the flamenco show. So this is a nice presentation of, you know, Barcelona and beyond. We are going outside of the city limits so that we can see what it's like to actually live there, to you know, be in the culture. And then of course we end with the flamingo show. The flamingo show. So that is our
buy a fan because
yes, big fan.
So you can sit there and watch the flamenco and, you know,
and fan yourself
there.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so that's 5 days, 4 nights, and then the next day you would fly home. So that is the tours. So right now, what I've been showing you is the information and the registration link. which you've all received multiple times now. But I want to just go through. Please read everything. You know me, I put a lot of information on. You can print this in a PDF. When you go to the print select PDF, it doesn't line up exactly, just FYI, but it does print out everything. You may just have a half a blank sheet. We talk about travel insurance. We talk about Princess Easy Air. We talk about trip dates, booking your appointment, deadlines. And then I get over here. I want to go here. So the way the system works, it's a little bit unique, but I'm asking you about travel insurance first. So yes, I'm interested, or no, I'm not interested. So yes, let's hope most of you are yes. Then over here, number of travelers, it is a 1, okay? If you are a husband and wife, you're like, but there's 2 of us. I will show you how to get around that. But most of you are friends and you're paying with a separate credit card. So traveling that's why it's a 1. It just got too confusing to add more. Then you scroll down, the extra options. This is the only way the system would work with me. So if you wanted to do tour A and it's you and your husband, you would select 2. Okay. If it's just you, you would just select 1. And you just go through. We have double occupancy and single occupancy for tour A. And then for those that are doing tour A, if you want to do the Vatican or the Hidden Rome tour, you would select it. And it already populates to 1. Beautiful. All right, and you're going to see this penny. That penny is because I needed a price for the travel insurance. It won't let me do zeros, but don't worry, I do adjust it to 0. Then we go down, and if you're doing tour B, you have double and single. Tour C, double or single. Monterey, please stop. Sorry. He's digging a hole in the carpet. So tour C. Then we jump right to Barcelona, double or single. And again, you just click on it and then let me know how many people you're paying for it. Down here is all the shore excursions. So here we go. So you just click what you want and change the quantity if you need to. You just click what you want and you go all the way to the bottom. All right, then continue traveler information. You click on that. It's very easy. But what will help me greatly, please, 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 legal first name, not your nickname, your last name, how you registered, and the email address that you registered with, okay? And you do put the date in, just select the date. These 3 questions will connect your paperwork for your current paperwork so that so it's much easier for me to find you when you hit the enter button. There's a painful and then there's a monthly, okay? We talked about dietary restrictions. So if things have changed, please list here so that I can update. And if you want to leave me a cute note or any questions, or Nancy, I want to come in a day before on tour A, or whatever your notes are, leave in here. We'll definitely talk about it. Woohoo! Here's all that fun legal jargon. Click to sign and you can type your name like that. Hit sign and then continue to payment. And it won't do it now because I didn't fill out the top. So just to give you an idea, that is how this registration works. So very, very easy. And if you have any problems, just let me know. Now, I call this, my worksheet. So if you've made a mistake and when we talk on Zoom, we can work around and fix things. But it will charge you for the deposit. So please go through it carefully. When you get to the end, you put your credit card in, it will show you how much your excursions are going to cost monthly. We're running those credit cards on the 15th of, so you'll make your first deposit the day you register, and then in December, January, February, March, will be on the 15th. All right, any questions I can help you with? I am so impressed. be much longer, even on our cute little tangents. Christine, you have a question.
Okay, Gloria was asking, do we need head coverings for tours in Turkey? And I guess any churches, I think in Greece we have to put skirts on for churches, don't we? They give you the wrap?
Well, not that I'm, that I know much about it, but when we went to Turkey, to the Blue Mosque, and they had head coverings if you didn't have one. I always carry a scarf because the temperature, when it's humid, it's hot and cold. I have a scarf all the time. Mm-hmm. In general, you don't have to wear a skirt in the Greek Orthodox churches. It's kind of like the Catholic. You kind of have to have, kind of modest dressing. You cannot go around. They started this production in the 70s because people had those hot pants, Yeah. So yeah, and then those altar tops. So as long as you have your shoulders covered and shorts, like not shorts, you're fine. You can wear pants. We went to a lot of Greek Orthodox churches. Nobody said anything, but we're not at the halter type. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't like that when I was 20. So it's I think most people, as long as you have just regular clothes that you wear anywhere, it's fine. But
I think you're safe with us.
But that's great questions. I did write that down as well. Any others?
Valerie was asking, do we schedule a Zoom after we register?
So many of you have done both. If you are unsure about some things, don't register. Wait till we have the Zoom. But remember, we have that deadline. So if you know exactly what you want, go for it. And we will then talk. We'll talk when you Zoom. Excellent.
That's all there is in the chat for right now.
Okay. You've done a good job. Done an excellent job. Any general questions, or what we kind of went over quite a bit, and I know this has to all kind of resonate and sink in. David will work on the video tomorrow so that it'll take about half a day to get this into a video, but I'll email the link out so that those who were not able to watch the whole show, we'll call it a show, can watch it again and kind of fast forward through parts that you're not interested in, and then
I have something I want to say. Deborah there, that's a great picture. Red is my favorite color.
Deborah Shamir's
Thank you very much.
That's impressive right there.
That was my Rome New Year's Eve New Year's party picture.
All right.
Yes.
No, everybody is looking very, very nice, but I have this thing with red. So that's
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. Money is euros. So for those who have some euros left over, awesome. I do Montenegro, what's the
Yeah, they have their own currency, but we tipped in euros. And they take credit cards. I don't know what's included in Montenegro, I don't remember, but you can they use credit cards, but we tipped in euros, and they took them, so
right.
And it's not just a one day, so
I wouldn't worry about that. Sweetheart, you're yelling from downstairs, honey, and I can't hear you. So it's okay.
What about Turkey?
Turkey, they have the lira, but again, we just tipped in euros. But if you want to exchange, what I do, I get off the port and they have ATMs, and you can get, I think like 20. Or if you have like 10 people, they say they're gonna get like $100 worth, and then you can get change,
right.
But they take credit cards just about anywhere. We bought cookies with the credit card. I mean, just so they're easy, and you can do that. instead of exchanging money.
Right. I wouldn't worry about because euros are probably international.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, if it's not their currency, it's not their currency, but you know, you can, for like tipping, for example, they'll take them, but if you want to exchange them, like I said, if you get a few people together and just exchange 100, and you can, but they take credit cards everywhere,
right?
So,
and when we're talking about credit cards, I always say, please do not use your debit card. Do not bring your debit card, right? Because there's no control really on getting somebody. If you have fraud, it's very hard to notice that until you get home. If you work with a bank that can give you a temporary traveling credit card, that is great, because then if something were to happen, that card can be turned off. There are safes in the ship and in most of the hotels, so that you have your second credit card, your emergency credit card, if something happens to the first credit card. But please do not bring a debit card.
And no American Express. Most people, yeah. I mean, well, at the hotels they might take them, but most people, you know, if you buy stuff around, you know, shops, markets, whatever, they do not like American Express because they charge too high.
Right, the fees are very high.
Yeah. So, but I always bring mine like as your
second
backup,
one, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Backup. And it's a credit card, so you know it's okay. If, you know.
Hi, Christine.
So the other thing too is when you're on the cruise ship, they used to do a lot of exchanging for money. Then they came out with these ATMs for exchanges. I don't know what the Sun has, and I will find out. But the fees can be a little high. So probably work with your local bank here. Figure out, okay, how much am I going to need to tip? And I have a really great tip chart that we'll send out in our packet so that you can kind of have that budgeted, you know. And tipping in Europe is much different than tipping here in the States, so it's pretty easy. What is a swag bag? Well, a swag bag is something pretty awesome. It comes from Royal Splendor Travel and Royal Splendor, and inside of it's a surprise. It's some great things. Everybody who has got a swag bag, have you liked your swag bag? I pretend like we're in, Hollywood. We all have to have a swag bag. That's what a swag bag is. It is something that it's a gift from us. Let's see here. Great question. How many of you that are still on that I can see your comment? This will be your first trip with Royal Splendor. I'm gonna raise your hand. Okay, great. We've got some fantastic new gals. Wonderful. Don't forget that we do have Facebook. If you have Facebook, we do have a Greece dedicated Facebook page. Sharon right now is doing a monthly bingo, so there's lots of activity in regards to what we do on Facebook. We also are doing our Cruise and Cuties. There are people sending out their cards. So hopefully you're sending out cards, you're starting to receive cards. That's excellent. If for some reason you're not getting your card, I was trying to look for Sharon. Is she still on? Either get in touch with me or Sharon and we can double check. But the Q's and Cuties is a great way to start meeting people that are traveling, but it's a secret. You don't tell anybody who you are. You just send a card. You don't have to send gifts. Just send a card once a month and give them hints. We actually have a Cruise and Cutie party, so you can figure out who your Cruise and Cutie is. We have little button pins for you. We also have a coffee club for those who like to get up early and have coffee. I think we need a wine club.
There you go.
So we do have a lot of, and these are all complimentary. We have fun t-shirts that you can get, but other than that, it's all about fun and it's about the community. It's about traveling with like-minded, amazing royals, getting out and seeing the world. We have a lot of solo travelers, widows, divorcees. We have families. We do have a few husbands that come along. David, if you haven't met him, wave, honey. That's David. He also does all of our photography for us. So we're always looking glamorous. We have we have a lot going on. I do want to share my screen in a second. For those who haven't traveled with us and you're probably thinking to yourself, how am I going to keep this all straight? Well, don't worry. We do an amazing job. I just have to find it. We have what we call our, let's see here. I'm going to open it before, oh no, it's pictures. Here we go. We have our travel book that we've been working on, and this travel guide will be available to you after final payment. So where did you guys go? There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to show you an example of it. Okay, where did it go? Well, that's odd. One more time. Sorry.
I love the flip books.
I love the flip books too. Okay, there we are. So this is an 80-page flip book, and this was just for Alaska. So this will be sent to you, and it is interactive. You can print it out. You can, when you get it, you put your little mouse on the numbers, and it goes through everything that we're doing, how to get help, what to pack. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to keep up. That's our job. Our job as a concierge travel tour company is to do the work for you. What we ask is that you participate. You know, in these Zooms, we will schedule a lot more Zooms coming up after final payment. Final payment is in January. We will, you know, work with you on Zoom. We'll be talking about everything we're doing on board. But as you can see, this is how we keep you organized. Pretty cool, huh? Nod your head. So just to give you an idea, you're not alone. You will not get lost. We also will be using WhatsApp, and we will teach you the WhatsApp app on your cell phone because that's a great way to communicate. So,
and it doesn't cost anything.
And it's technically free, right? It works on Wi-Fi. But I see, Terry, you have your hand up. Hello, how are you? Oh, no. She's just going to unmute. If you're on your phone, you have to swap.
I unmuted.
There you go. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. I wanted to find out on the tours, can they give American money or is it going to be Euro money, the tips?
It's best to give the Euro because
no dollars.
No dollars, yeah.
Okay.
Dollar is the drug dealer currency.
Oh, okay.
Say that, but that's why they can't accept it because the banks will not exchange them.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much any country.
I just wanted to check. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
good question.
Yeah, it's really hard for you know, like the tour guide, for example, you tip them in dollars, and they have to actually fill out this form for the government to see where they got this dollars, because what dollars used for mostly. So sorry.
No, that's a great. We will definitely write that in our travel guide so we can remember.
So we can exchange the money in a bank or something there, or.
Terry, I would highly recommend that you work with your local current bank here in the States to get your first amount of euros. And then there are airport kiosks are usually more expensive, but there are local exchange huts, I'm going to call it, you know, throughout the areas that we're going into. So there'll be areas.
Yeah, I mean, in general, when if we go with friends, because the banks will charge you a flat fee for like say $50. I don't know. So if you change 100, it'll cost you $50 just to change it. So if you go in, like if you have some people that you're traveling with, no, I mean some banks will charge you that much. But anyway, it depends. Whatever. I'm just saying the number. Okay. So if you go in like 5 people, 10 people, whatever, and they exchange like 300, 400, 500, whatever it is that you want to exchange, you pay one fee instead of paying 10. Yeah. You know, it depends. I mean, whatever you want to do, but your bank will do it, but they charge quite a fee.
So double check. So Capital One, Capital One Bank, check with the bank that you are banking with because they may have different rates. So, I mean, do a little homework.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure before I ended up doing it.
No, I
Okay,
appreciate
sounds
that.
good.
And you
Yeah.
want to do it earlier than later because what
Sure.
happens is if they don't have their euros sitting there, they have to order them, and then it can take 10 business days, 7 business days to get the euros in.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Just checking.
No, love it. Nice to see you, hun.
Okay, sounds good.
Any other, Teresa, you have a question? Oh, no, you were just saying hi to her. Okay, got it. Awesome. All right. Any other questions before we say goodnight to everybody? Everybody is good. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. My brain is awesome. My brain's going to be thinking about the leather, the wine, the cathedral,
The flamingo,
and also all the beautiful places that we're going to. So I really appreciate Daniela being here. Thank you so much for your time and your energy.
You guys, if you have the time to go, please go on the Italian trip to Lake Maggiore. You will be absolutely amazed at the sights that you're gonna see. So
Tour A.
That's my 5 cents.
No, I appreciate it. And did you like the presentation that we put together? That she texted me, she goes, "Wow, impressive." So I was happy.
She does a great job. So anyway, well, it was great seeing everybody, and happy travels.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Bye. Nice. Thank you, everyone. If we don't hear from you, if I don't see you before Thanksgiving, have a beautiful Thanksgiving. And
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. What do we say? Ciao, Bella.
Ciao,
Ciao,
belle.
Bella.
If you want to say everybody plural, ciao, bella is one person.
Oh.
Ciao, belle.
Oh,
Belle is to all the girls. Sorry, David.
that's okay.
Ciao, belle.
Ciao, belle.
Ciao, belle.
Oh, there you go. That's
There you
another
go.
one. Raise your hand if we need a little Italian. Oh,
Thanks a bunch. Happy Thanksgiving.